I was dealing with this. Throughout my whole. Well, I had people jealous of me throughout my whole career before professional.
I had to always remind Tank, Floyd is Floyd, but you're Gervonta Davis.
That's right. Like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub? Like he was subbing you? Like, oh,
he was going at me. He was going at.
And you know, some people like the likes of Carl Froch viewed that as an endorsement. Like, look, man, I'm just working. It's a big opportunity to be on Netflix. I didn't put the fight together. I'm not paying these guys. So, you know, let's chill out. But all right, I'm not going to poo-poo this. I just don't know what CSI is. And the way it was presented made me think that there was like a secondary press release to come, that they'll be involved in like some sort of like virtual boxing thing. Like, it just didn't seem real. You know why it didn't seem real? I'll tell you why. There's no date attached to it. There's no venue attached to it. Forget rules. Exhibition, not exhibition, weight. I mean, here's a guy who fought a heavyweight fighting a... Forget all that. These things can get figured out, the fine details. The fact that it was announced... Why announce something with no date or location attached to it? What's the point? Unless you're just trying to get people excited and trying to get them... you know, trying to get some investors or something like that.
But maybe also testing the waters. If the response is overwhelmingly positive, maybe you go, okay, we move forward. If the response is muted or negative, maybe you go, okay, we're not going to actually do this. You know, you lob it out there as a way to poll the public, and then make an adjustment.
You don't think it happens?
I do not think it happens. I just don't think there will be enough interest. I know they have huge name value. There's zero, after the last performance by Mike Tyson against Jake Paul, I don't think there's going to be interest in seeing Mike Tyson.
Take a guy like Canelo, this guy can do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude.
Compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terrence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
Knowing you, I know that you're aware of the things that people are saying. You're moving up in 2 weight classes. You're the smaller. Whatever you do, Terrence Crawford, don't exchange against them. What do you feel you have to do?
Be myself. I'm 41-0.
Ladies and gentlemen,
was undefeated for the last half of his career.
That's the same mentality I got. Like, he's hungry and he's gonna come after you. Mayweather's very tricky, but at the same time, Crawford will go right-handed and left-handed. So it would be a big problem for Mayweather. And if Mayweather gets hit with Crawford, like I hit him and rocked, it might not end well for Mayweather. They might be over it. But Mayweather could outbox Crawford, I think, because Crawford has the mindset that I'm trying to knock you out. And Mayweather knows how to play to that I'm trying to knock you out type of thing. Because he's used to people coming at him trying to hit him hard all the time. The only person that I see that I can kind of like equate to, and this I think Crawford would have the edge, is Castillo. When Castillo fought Mayweather the first time. And fights like that, Mayweather has problems with Crawford. Because Crawford hits hard.
Pouring in as Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford prepare to face off in September for the undisputed super middleweight titles. With Crawford moving up 3 weight classes, the boxing world is split on who will come out on top.
I was dealing with this. Throughout my whole... Well, I had people jealous of me throughout my whole career before professional. Jealousy comes with the territory. I sell an arena out every time, and I say to myself, y'all people not tired? Y'all done been here 50. We done sold the arena out 50 times, and y'all keep coming up short. We could do it 50 more times. Y'all gonna keep coming up short. What's meant to be in life is meant to be. And Cruz, and as far as what Cruz would take, he know he didn't win. No, he didn't win at all. And if Tank really would have lost the fight, I would have said he lost. And of course, we in this California. This is Mexico. So, I mean, if Canelo's a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. And everyone is now saying that he's not the same fighter. He's not looking the same. Now remember this.
Sounds familiar.
No. I was older than Canelo is when I beat Canelo. So now, imagine seeing Canelo at 36 and me at 36 and we fight. And now what y'all gonna say? Well, now he got what? I don't know how many fights.
Canelo this week actually said something interesting. He goes that Crawford's better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like he is?
I think he's more all-rounded in some ways, but Mayweather was so good at certain things that made him impossible to beat. He really stuck to his niche of style, where Crawford kind of tries to fight the more honest, I guess, exciting, traditional way, being there, just moving out the way, landing the shot, where Mayweather would have you dancing around him and chasing him and falling short and falling in and countering the life out of you, and knew and understood 10-9 rounds better than anyone else. You only have to win 7-10-9 rounds clear and you've won the fight as long as you don't get put down. And obviously he never really got put down. I know there's a few question marks, but for all intents and purposes never got put down, and he was the best, one of the best to ever do it. It's very hard to go a whole career.
Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this 4-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab, he used his distance. He had poise in the ring, he wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept us different. He exchanged enough to gain respect when necessary. It was a brilliant...
one of the great counterpunchers, one of the great boxers, one of the great fighters. I know he didn't get on his resume what was on the resume of some of these guys, but you can only beat the guys in your era. You can. I know he beat a couple really good guys in his era, and they were a little late. It was a little like Pacquiao was one of them. It was late in their careers. It wasn't when they were in the prime of their careers. I acknowledge that. I do. I acknowledge all of that. But he's still great. He's still great, and he's number 10. He starts this great list, and that's Floyd Money Mayweather. 49-0. Again, I don't even know what record to give you.
50-0. They count.
All right. So 50-0. I don't want to take nothing away from Floyd. You can't take nothing away from him. He's just great.
Atlas recently weighed in on the matchup. Speaking to Slingo, he didn't just pick Crawford to win. He peeled back layers of Canelo's career with the kind of scrutiny few dare to apply. Atlas suggested that Canelo, for all his accomplishments, might not be the invincible force many fans have built him up to be. He drew on a quote from the great Marvin Hagler. "It's hard to get up and do road work at 5 in the morning when you've been sleeping in silk sheets. That alone speaks volumes." Atlas implied that Canelo's immense wealth and dominance may have done
that. A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause it's weird. I feel like y'all got, I would say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of it.
He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing it.
Exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Ain't no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
Right, Floyd's legacy is 50-0, 24 world champions, 5 divisions conquered, best defender of all time, right? Bud Crawford surpasses him in accolades because he's undisputed in 3 divisions. Both of them are fighters that fought great into their late 30s. However, Floyd has a deeper resume than Bud Crawford, but both of their best wins are Canelo Alvarez. Canelo was a younger, greener Canelo when Floyd beat him. Bud beat an older, slower, but more seasoned Canelo. Now, Bud's not going to surpass Floyd because of the record. He's not going to make 50-0. Bud has to separate himself. What he has to do is do something that Floyd didn't do. Take on the challenges that people were scared for you to take. Just that's what separates Leonard and Duran from the rest. If Bud Crawford beats David Benavidez, he will surpass Floyd Mayweather as far as on the old-time list. As of right now, if Bud Crawford retires, I would have him somewhere around the top 5.
I love the fight, man. I love the fight. I did not know how it was gonna go. I didn't think the weight was gonna be a problem for Terence Crawford. I'm on record as saying I didn't think it was gonna be a problem, but it stood to be seen. It needed to be seen, and I knew we would have known after the first, second, or third round. You feel what I'm saying? And when I seen how Canelo was respecting his jab and how Canelo was respecting his power from the very beginning, I knew how it was gonna go. And I knew that Bud was only gonna get stronger and get bolder, and start to wear him down because Canelo is known to start to wear a little bit in the later round.
Everyone said that Crawford was not going to exchange tonight, and he traded with Canelo up close.
Man, Bud is the best, man. Bud is the best. I've been on wax and saying that, Bud. I've been on wax and saying that for a couple of years now. I bet against Bud on Spence. I bet against Bud on Porter. I didn't think that Bud was the best. I got to give it to him. Bud the best, right? He hands down. He the best. He the best right now. I don't think nobody need to question him no more. I mean, you kind of got to give him his respect no matter what. You got to give him his respect. He just went up 2 weight classes what people said he couldn't do. He's doing everything that people say he can't do, and he is doing it with ease. Right? You got to respect that.
Break it down for me. How did he win that fight in the way he won it tonight?
He won the fight by gaining Canelo's respect. I think he was already in Canelo's head a little bit. I think that even though Canelo knew he was smaller and everything else, these fighters are still humans and they hear what the people are saying. Canelo was Crawford was undefeated. Look at what he did to Spence. I mean, look at what he's doing to some of these people. So
appreciate Crawford making my prediction come through. Coming into the fight, I had him winning by decision. I thought he was the superior boxer. I thought he would be able to take a punch. And as long as he didn't stay there and exchange with Canelo, I thought he could do it. What surprised me is that there were times during the fight, he did stand there and exchange with Canelo and took it. Took some body shots to the liver. Took some headshots. Exchanged. And still ended up winning this fight. I thought from the 8th round on, he just put on a boxing clinic. But I gotta give credit where credit is due. Crawford deserved to win.
With your legacy to Floyd Mayweather, how do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah.
Atlas revisited some of Canelo's biggest fights and questioned the outcomes. According to him, Canelo didn't deserve the win in his first or second fight against Gennady Golovkin. He went even further back, pointing to the controversial Arislandi-Lara fight, which many believe Lara won. Of course, the Mayweather fight ended in Canelo's only official loss, but Atlas framed it as another example of Canelo being outboxed at the highest level. He wasn't dismissing Canelo's skills. He was careful to say that the Mexican champion is a hell of a fighter with a heck of a legacy, but in the same breath, he circled back to that haunting question.
They see solid relationships end due to a female, man. They've started multiple wars. There's a reason why a lot of men are locked up right now. There's a reason why a lot of men are in that grave right now. I believe in this case, we don't know all the details, but I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that Tank smashed Floyd's daughter. Tank went ahead and smashed Floyd's daughter on this one and sullied the relationship. It was done after that. But there had to be a reason why he went ahead and went that route. And I think he went that route because there wasn't enough money coming in. And Tank probably thought that it was going to be better than it was early on. So we said, you know what? Hey, she throwing it at me. Let me go ahead and do what I do. And from that instance, Floyd said, hey, you got the game up. I'm about to let you really know how it is. You about to go up against a real go-getter, a real headhunter.
Crawford just got the biggest win in his career and one of the biggest wins in history. He doesn't need to go out there and risk. But it is too big, too strong. We don't want to see a champion do so much and accomplish so much and then end his career with a bad choice, a bad fight. That
$50,000 in Crawford to win, and he won $75,000 back. So Crawford made Mayweather $74,000. Most people that I talked to were betting on Canelo. A few people bet on Crawford. How much money did you win on Crawford? $200 here, $200 there. But most people that I know bet on Canelo. And we'll hear from Canelo. We're gonna hear from Crawford, and I'll keep you guys posted. But right now, Floyd Money Mayweather, bet on Crawford and make some money. What do you want to see Crawford do next? What do you want to see Canelo do next? Let me know. Definitely interesting developments here tonight. When I watched the fight live, I thought Canelo won. I think Canelo won. I have to watch it again, but with no audio because I know the broadcasters were all against Canelo. They were all against him all week from the rivals.
He's a special fighter because he's got a mean streak. He doesn't back up from anything. He's usually the superior boxer in the ring. He finds a way to win. No matter who he's going up against, no matter what power you have, what boxing skills you have, he is truly a generational fighter. He wants to go in the ring and not just beat you, but show you he was a better man. And he's not one to believe that just a knockout does that. He likes outboxing you and showing you that his skill level is superior to yours.
Give it to Floyd. Floyd at that time, Ben, what's up? Floyd at that time versus Canelo was in total confidence. His skill set, his IQ, you know what I'm saying? Everything he do, he was just a complete fighter that night. But I feel like was up against a lot because he was fighting a guy that we knew something about, but we ain't know too much about. People don't understand how much a fighter could be thrown off by what he don't know. And the reason it throws you off is because you're actually learning about the fighter while you in there. That's what Bud went up against that night. That's why he didn't look so great. To me, I could be wrong, but he didn't look so great to me because he was learning a lot about Madrimov while he was in there with Madrimov, opposed to Floyd Mayweather fighting Canelo, and we already know what this is. You know what I'm saying? And it's totally different styles, but I still got to give it to Mayweather. His confidence, his endurance, his speed, his ring.
Shannon Briggs, the bombastic former heavyweight champion known for his "Let's Go Champ" battle cry, is also betting on Crawford, and not just to win on points. Briggs is calling for a stoppage, something that would shake the foundations of boxing if it happened. For Briggs, it's not a cautious prediction. He's backing it with the kind of certainty usually reserved for foregone conclusions. He even said he might put money down, despite not being much of a betting man. Briggs is rarely this confident in a pick, but with Crawford, he sees a finisher.
Always see solid relationships and due to a female, man. They've started multiple wars. They're a reason why a lot of men are locked up right now. They're a reason why a lot of men are in that grave right now. I believe in this case, we don't know all the details, but I'm just going to go ahead and assume that Tank smashed Floyd's daughter. Tank went ahead and smashed Floyd's daughter on this one and sullied the relationship. It was done after that. But there had to be a reason why he went ahead and went that route. And I think he went that route because there wasn't enough money coming in. And Tank probably thought that it was going to be better than it was early on. So we said, you know what? Hey, she throwing it at me. Let me go ahead and do what I do. And from that instance, Floyd said, hey, you got the game up. I'm about to let you really know how it is. You about to go up against a real go-getter, a real headhunter.
Half the fight because he couldn't handle the power. And obviously that proved not to be, or to be the case, that Crawford could definitely handle the power. Were you surprised that, it didn't look like, maybe once or twice looked like maybe Crawford felt it, but never in any kind of real trouble?
Yeah, I don't think that.
Canelo really hit him. I mean, he hit him a couple times clean, but I mean, Crawford, you know, Crawford's a big guy too. Crawford took it like it was nothing. You know, I mean, and he hit Canelo a few times. I mean, and you know, and Canelo took it as well. So I mean, basically, at the end of the day, I mean, they both took, you know, decent shots from each other, but Crawford just didn't get hit as much as Canelo did.
Do you think that was a case of, you know, you can't, you know, Canelo's a guy that's not out there throwing huge combinations. That he's, you know, more of a, you know, punch at a time kind of guy, you know, and that's not going to work against someone as slick and talented as Bud Crawford.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, basically, Canelo was looking for just one big shot, trying to land a big shot on Crawford, but Crawford wasn't having it. And Crawford at times would say, you know, I guess he would say to himself, you know, I need to, you know, do a little more work. And basically,
you be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, was you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, bud. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll beat it.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never.
Was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much, and literally walked in the ring and said, I'm gonna embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me.
In your head size up Floyd, like, was you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, bud. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll beat it.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
Here behind Gennady Golovkin's rise, offered a contrasting opinion. With first-hand knowledge of how Canelo handles elite pressure, Sanchez spoke to KO Artist Sports about the importance of weight classes. His take was blunt. Crawford is pushing into territory where power, size, and durability carry a different meaning. Sanchez reminded everyone that Canelo has shared the ring with thunderous punchers in higher divisions and never looked rattled, aside from a temporary scare early in his career against Jose Cotto. Sanchez believes that despite Crawford's brilliance, the leap to super middleweight...
And to watch it, I was there.
You can relate to it?
I can relate, and to be honest, I'm the reason he got signed to.
That's a true story.
Explain that. Why? How did that happen?
I brought him to the gym with an AB shirt on.
Ooh, true story.
But I didn't have everything right yet. You know, everything wasn't moving yet. You know, I was a little slow on my feet. So I gave him the floor. And every time we bring it up, Floyd like, thank you, AB. You gave me a good one.
Does that feel like a win for About Billions Promotions as well? Even though,
of course, because at the end of the day, I don't care who promotes Gervonta Davis. I'm still gonna support him. Same way. You know, he's a little brother to me.
Tank been around us since he was like 17, 16. Adrian was already famous on TV and everything. We wrote him on the internet.
No, not in my book. No,
not even top 10.
Maybe top 10 in my book, yeah, but not top 5. Yeah. He's maybe top 10, but not top 5. Floyd can fight, don't get it wrong. Floyd can fight. But here's what my problem is. Well, I understand, I know you're a Floyd fan, but here's my problem. Who did Floyd fight that was on his level when he fought? Only Canelo. That's it. Don't give me that stuff about the other guy that was going to prison. He know he's going to prison when he gets through. And then to take it even further,
he fought Cotto.
Cotto was not on his level. Wait. See, stop. Let me finish first. Cotto.
You asked me a question.
Cotto already was done. And Cotto an all-time great? No. Cotto's an all-time Puerto Rican great. Cotto's not an all-time great in boxing.
I agree with you.
He's an all-time Puerto Rican great. All right, so that's not a great fight. That's not on your level. Pacquiao, you waited till Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez before you fought him. If you'd have fought him 4 years ago, it'd have been something. Because both of y'all were here. We'd have found out who the best was. You waited till Marquez knocked him out, now you fought him. If I wait till somebody beat James Toney before I fight him, do I get credit for being the greatest fighter of all time because I beat James Toney?
No, you don't.
No, I don't. So my point is, you didn't do it the right way. You know that. Who else did you fight besides them biggest, best 2 names you can pull up besides Canelo?
What I'm saying is that who do you think around that time would have even beaten Floyd that he didn't fight?
So my point is, I'm not gonna say who
because I can't name a person.
I'm not gonna say who would have beat Floyd. Like I said, I'm just saying Floyd never fought nobody that was obviously equal. He didn't fight.
TV right here in the middle. Yeah. Champ, first off, I want to thank you for the illustrious career that you have given us in the game. You've been a steadfast professional in the way that you conducted yourself, and I want to thank you on behalf of all of the boxing media.
Thank you, sir.
Number
it's my
2,
pleasure.
Champ, I wanted to ask you, this was a fight that we haven't seen from you before. We've never seen you have the sustained and prolonged frustration during the fight. Was there a point in time where you figured that this just wasn't gonna be my night? And if you did, when did that happen?
No, I never thought that. I always try. All the rounds I try, but you need to accept it, right? Sometimes you cannot go, and I try all the rounds. I never think about that because imagine. So I cannot think in that way, but I try my best tonight.
And lastly for me, Champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terrence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather looks me in my face and he says, I'm gonna take him out about the 8th or 9th round. And I said, your hand's always broken. You ain't known for your punching power since you moved up from lightweight to welterweight. Why are you so sure you're gonna do this? He said, Stephen A., he's a UFC fighter. He said, and he's a striker. He's accustomed to coming at you and throwing punches. What he's not accustomed to doing is punching while he's throwing backwards, while he's moving backwards and pushing you off of him. He says, I'm gonna walk right into him and stay in his chest. He's gonna have to push me off in order to throw his punches. He said he's gonna be circling the ring. He said by around 4 or 5, he's not gonna have any legs. He's gonna be done. And he said, and I'll just toy with him and keep him around until around the 8th or the 9th round. And that is exactly what Floyd Money Mayweather did. He told me exactly what he was gonna do.
Own career and become my own boss. And when I was able to do that, because I talked about this on numerous different platforms, you know, how I bought myself out my contract for $750,000, and then I made $750 million in 3 fights. So I'm a little different from the rest of the fighters. You know, the less you get hit, the longer you last. So I didn't want to take too much punishment inside that square circle. If you see a lot of fighters, they can barely walk, they can barely talk. But still, you know, Floyd Mayweather has made smart moves, surrounded himself with a smart team, and I'm still...
Nimo Lopez, the brash and talented WBO junior welterweight champion who's never short on confidence. For Lopez, picking Crawford isn't just about belief, it's about legacy positioning. If Crawford beats Canelo, Lopez wants a piece of that action too. He's already picturing himself fighting Crawford and winning, framing that hypothetical win as a 2-for-1. Beat Crawford, beat the man who beat Canelo. Lopez also took a jab at Canelo's camp, claiming they're not interested in fighting him. It's a bit of promotional self-interest, sure, but it adds another layer to the narrative. Younger fighters see Crawford as a potential gateway to greatness.
Tank got the skills to beat anybody, and he was blessed. He was blessed with the power to hurt anybody if he lands with a solid punch. But I don't think he should go mess with no 147 pounder no time soon. With the skills he got, he can beat anybody. But my opinion, I think he got enough on his plate at 135 pounds with the Shakurs, Ryan Garcia's, Devin Haney's,
Frank Martin,
who's going to be a big name, a good name. And he should just focus on that. Teofimo, who's still one of the best lightweights out there. Even with people, talking shit about him I tell fighters, every fight isn't going to be a hands down amazing performance. But as long as you get by, as long as you get the victory and go get to the next one, that's all that matters, man. Teofimo is a great talent. He's a good dude, and it's a lot of talent at 135 pounds. And I think Tank should just clean all of that up. Worried about cleaning all of that up one at a time, and then jump to 140 pounds.
Him and Regis right now for the belt.
Yeah, for sure. I think he'd beat Regis though.
Why?
Brother Jr., who wins this fight? I'm going with Terence Crawford, and I don't think that's unpopular or crazy to say. I think most people will agree with me. I understand Floyd Mayweather has a lot of fans out there, but the truth is, as great as Floyd Mayweather is, Terence Crawford is one of one. And I say that because who else has knockout power in both hands, is able to switch stances between orthodox and southpaw so seamlessly while having great footwork? It's not like Terence Crawford is some stationary target or a flat-footed fighter that's going to be chasing Floyd around. Terence Crawford knows how to cut the ring off. He has tremendous ring IQ. And not only is he a great boxer, but he's a great fighter. He'll be able to make it dirty. If he is on the inside with Floyd, that power will carry him far. And I just don't see how Floyd will be able to beat a Terence Crawford. I really don't see it. I understand Floyd's defense is incredible, but he is smaller than Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford would have a significant reach advantage on Floyd Mayweather. I believe Terence Crawford would also be taller than Floyd Mayweather, as well as all the skillful and technical aspects of what I just laid out prior. So I don't understand how anybody could pick Floyd Mayweather to beat Terence Crawford. Styles make fights, and I believe Terence has the style to beat one Floyd Mayweather. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Whether you agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. Join the discussion, subscribe for more, and leave a like.
Remember, Canelo, that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. CJ Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course.
Yeah, nobody had
it. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he took him, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? What, 20 something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, very, very young in the game, obviously.
Very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
man, that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people. But
how you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose it? I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
Don't you? I mean,
want to make himself look like?
I can't say he's capping. I can't, because I don't know what he felt. But when I heard that, what I think is, when Floyd beat me, I was 23. I wasn't polished. When Bud beat me, I was the man. I was the man. And he beat me fair and square. He beat me at my game, and he beat me at his game. That's why Canelo said that. Do I believe that? It's tough to believe. But I can only take Canelo's word, because he's the man that's been in the ring with both of them. But I understand why he said it. I was a kid when I fought Floyd. He wasn't a kid literally, but he was young. He was young. There was a lot he didn't know. There was a lot he didn't understand about boxing that he later on learned and got better. But Bud beat the better version of me, even though it's the ran down version. I'm saying that because it is some wear and tear there with Canelo. I've been saying it the whole time. When a guy got almost 70 fights in current time, with all those big camps he been doing and all that. Trust me, it's on wear and tear there. I'm not making excuses for Canelo. I'm just saying.
I don't know. That's what it gives it that air.
I also think you got to remember when you talking about a Mexican fighter, they big on punishment. He might also feel Crawford punches harder than Floyd and took more chances than Floyd took. Floyd really was super speed that night. Like, everything speed. And it irritated Canelo because Canelo couldn't do what he wanted to do. And he looked nothing like himself. Like I said, I think it was just times where Canelo felt like, damn, I could have had him. With Floyd, I think he felt like paralyzed. Like, damn, I can't catch this motherfucker. He too fast. But with Crawford, I felt like he maybe was saying, damn, I could have, if I would have threw this, or if I would have did that. You know what I mean? Because it was times Crawford sat there and caught a punch and countered back. You know what I'm saying? He let Canelo throw. Like, go ahead, throw your shit. He caught that shit, boom, and come right back with the hook. The same shot he caught Earl with. He was touching Canelo with some of that same shit, man. And it was just like, and it was times where Crawford was imposing himself on Canelo. He was stepping to Canelo at times. He didn't do it the whole fight, but I'm just saying it was times he stepped to him. Floyd did too, but Floyd just was so fast, so much faster, and the education was like totally different. Like when Canelo fought Floyd, Canelo was in middle school. He wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? Floyd by that time was already a Harvard graduate.
You watch, you see certain things, you grow, and I truly, I wasn't where I wanted to be as far as with my career. I really wanted to be everywhere. I wanted the Mayweather brand to be all around the world, not just in the U.S. or not just in a certain city. I wanted to be worldwide. You know, a lot of athletes, their careers are short. My career is long, and my career wasn't just inside that square circle. My real estate portfolio is unreal. Even with these gyms, we're going to constantly build, put people in position to be entrepreneurs. Yeah. And we want people to come work out. And I talked about this with Robert Smith the other day. You know, when I text Robert and we talk, I said, you know, Robert, we both getting a lot of money. I don't have the money that you have. Of course, I'd have made over $1 billion, but health.
And Edwards, a respected trainer and boxing mind, echoed the belief that Crawford could be the man to shock the world. He made a fundamental but often overlooked point: anyone can be hurt. He referenced greats like Evander Holyfield and Roberto Duran, both of whom had legendary chins, both of whom were still caught and hurt in fights. Canelo's chin is undoubtedly one of his greatest assets, but Edwards reminded fans that no chin is invincible. On any given night, under the right conditions, anyone can get clipped. And if Crawford is anything, he's a master of finding the right conditions. Precision, timing, and instincts. Crawford weaponizes all of them with surgical efficiency.
Floyd is Floyd, but you're Gervonta Davis.
That's right.
Distinguish the two.
Yes.
And me and Floyd used to go to, I said, he's not you, Floyd, he's Tank.
That's right.
And Tank used to look at me like, yeah, he talking to Floyd like that?
That's right.
Floyd understood that it was certain things that I had to give to him as well as what he was giving to him.
That's right.
To make that balance, to make the car drive
That's
smooth.
Right. That's right.
And it worked, you know what I'm saying? And I told Floyd, like, he's growing into being his own man. You know, respect the talent.
Respect the talent.
Respect the talent. And we see what he's growing to, you know? So that's why when people talk, I say, I can't take shit away from Floyd.
That's right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because his body of work of being there and nurturing us through them waters and whatnot.
That's right.
He's been there when we haven't.
That's right.
You know? But when it came to raising him in this ring,
Plus, if we remember, you know, Canelo at that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw, and then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he took him, you know, into deep waters. So
yeah. What was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23? 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game, obviously.
Very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
man, that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people, but
But are you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime. You ain't in your prime when you at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, so, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
Canelo's saying that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't. But I think Crawford's a phenomenal fighter. The thing is with Crawford, and I was kind of goading him on this, and it's not his fault. His resume's not that impressive. Like I said to him, tell me your best win ever. This is what I said to him. And you know what he said? Ricky Burns. Right? Now, Ricky Burns is a great fighter. He's my guy. He's a 3-division world champion. But you can't say that he is, you know, like one of the greats. He's one of the greats of Scottish boxing. But if you're talking about one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time, it's not Terence's fault that he hasn't been able to get those fights. But a lot of the guys that he's fought have been done. You know, even arguably Ricky Burns at the time. You know, I know he went on to win other world championships, but he was kind of on the slide at that time. Kell Brook, Amir Khan, you know, Gamboa. You know, all of these guys. Who else did he beat? Ndongo. Like Errol Spence, another example. Terence is brilliant, but he's never actually really had many notable victories. This would be it. I mean, this would be an incredible achievement. But I just feel like at the age that they're at, like, what is going to happen in this fight? And I just see I don't think Terence, because he shouldn't, is going to take that many chances in the fight. He needs to use his movement, use his footwork, which Canelo doesn't like, and win rounds. And Canelo doesn't really like to force a fight. When did you last see Canelo really try?
You know, Canelo that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw, and then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, you know, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23? 25?
Yeah, very, very young in the game, obviously.
Very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
man, that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people. But
are you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime.
Only one of them for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots,
my favorite.
It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that like I can bet the house on, but because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. You gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So skillful, yes, but this and this, it's different, man. There's not a lot of guys like that out there currently. There's a lot of guys that talking, but until you get in that real fire, I'm not saying you fighting a guy you should beat. I'm saying a guy that it's a 50-50 matchup. We don't really know what you have.
These predictions don't form a consensus. Instead, they reflect a unique split in how people view this fight. On one side, there's the belief that Canelo's physicality, experience at higher weights, and durability will be too much for Crawford to overcome. On the other, there's the sense that Crawford's versatility, IQ, and hunger will prove decisive. Each viewpoint highlights something essential about the matchup. Sanchez emphasizes natural weight advantages. Briggs and Atlas point to hunger and momentum. Lopez sees opportunity. Edwards zeroes in on the idea that even the most durable fighters can be undone with the right punch at the